Hi there. Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. Parasyte, the Gray. I saw the anime at some point in my existence. I don't remember a whole hell of a lot about it. Dude gets his hand possessed by an alien, which grows little eyeball stalks and talks to him, and can transform into a bladed weapon. I remember it having lots of fun body horror. I don't remember disliking it, so I must have liked it just fine. This one, some gal gets her head possessed by or inhabited by an alien that turns into a bladed weapon. So, fun stuff. Would you like me to read the subhead, the little show description? Sure, let's do that. Excuse me, won't you? When unidentified parasites violently take over human hosts and gain power, humanity must rise to combat the growing threat. Oh, this is Korean. At least I think so. Looking at the names, that looks Korean to me. You might be thinking, what were you doing? Well, you see, excuse me for a moment. Little gunky. You see, dear viewer, normally I would watch Netflix on my TV, but Netflix said no. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. I didn't steal Netflix's dog or anything. My TV is a little over 10 years old. It's a smart TV. It was smart for the time. And it has native Netflix abilities. That worked just fine until fairly recently, 4 or 5 months ago maybe, when it just stopped working. I imagine that, as Netflix's service evolved, it evolved past what this TV's Netflix app is equipped to handle. And no updates for this TV's firmware, so... But that's okay. Because I have a PS4. And PS4 has a Netflix app. That doesn't work either. So I have to watch on my PC, which is where I was going to read the show description. Why doesn't it work on the PS4? I don't know. It tells me that I'm me, but I'm me somewhere else. It seems to think that I'm not here, or I'm somewhere else, and I may be sharing my password or something. I don't know. Maybe it's looking at my television as a device and my PC as another device, and the PS4 is a third device, and it's like, wait just a minute here, bucko! We think you're doing something underhanded, something untoward. So I have to watch the show Netflix on my computer instead of my lovely TV. Oh well, my life, so hard. Yeah, Parasyte the Gray. Gray Parasites. Let's give them a watch. Parasyte the Gray. Why the Gray? It's the name of the special team that was organized to deal with the parasites. Team Gray. Yay. I really wish I could remember the anime so I could do a little compare-contrast, but I remember almost nothing other than, yeah, I saw that at some point. I watched the whole thing. Must have been fine. First episode is fine. It's fine. I don't think the tone it's attempting to strike is working for me. So the anime is animated, which means that you can do all the really weird, goofy body horror stuff, and it doesn't pull you out of the reality of the world that presentation of the narrative is proposing, because it has a cohesive visual aesthetic and style, right? So you can have a guy with a hand with little eyeball stalks coming out of it talking to him, and it looks cohesive. It doesn't pull you out of the moment. It fits within the reality of the fiction, right? So all of the weird body horror and gore and stuff looks great, right? The problem with Parasyte the Gray, and when I gesture over this direction, I'm gesturing at my computer where I just watched the show. In case you're it's like, what is he doing over there? So the animation can keep a consistent tone of suspense and horror and thriller and all that jazz, whereas the live action version that I just watched and gestured over there again has a bit of a it appears to me to be going for the same tone: body horror, thriller, tension. But when the parasites, when their hosts' faces unfold like a blooming flower, this is a 8-10 episode something television miniseries done on a budget, and it doesn't look great. It's kind of cool because, you know, some person's face unfolds into whirly blades and eyeball stalks, and that's goofy in a very cool way, but it also looks really goofy. I mean, it's badass, but it's also just kind of silly looking. In animation, again, you can get away with that because there's that continuity of aesthetic. It doesn't take you out of it when someone's face unfolds. In the live action, it just looks like a cartoon or a CG cartoon superimposed over an actor's head, which is exactly what it is. And it kind of takes you out of it a little, and instead of allowing yourself to just live in the fiction of this world, I get pulled out every time it happens. I'm like, effect, right? It's like, that's kind of neat. It's a cool design. You know, I can't really immerse myself in the world of this narrative's fiction as easily as I can the animation. And it's because of the effects. They're not horrible. For a TV show, they're fine-ish. You know, it's just like, you know, maybe right there. That aside, how's the show? Well, it's okay so far. I'd compare it to the cartoon, but I honestly can't remember what the hell happens. So alien parasites land and take over the humans that they're kind of like the butterfly creatures in Peacemaker. I don't know why that helped me think, but maybe you enjoyed me making weird sounds. The butterfly aliens in Peacemaker, you know, they take over humans, literally take them over. The human that they take over doesn't exist anymore, is dead. They're just driving they kind of renovate the inside of the skull, scoop out the brain, don't need that. Weren't using it much anyway. And now they're just, driving a corpse. Similar thing here in Parasites. The parasites land, they take over who they take over, and now there are parasites among us, and the Grey is the organization that was set up to find them and kill them, I guess. What are the parasites' overall intentions? Don't know yet. Are they trying to take over the world? Don't know. Are they just... they've taken over the bodies that they've taken over and okay, we're done now? No, there's a scene where they appear to be, like, kidnapping people, and I don't know if they need to, like, eat people to nourish themselves, or if they need to body hop, or it's not terribly clear. The performances are fine so far. Our lead character has a little bit of depth going on. She's had a rough childhood, so this is just... this alien invasion, man. This is just another thing to add to the pile. There's also the lady who leads the Grey, the unit. She's off her rocker in a fun way. At first, I was like, okay, we're going a little arch and over the top here. I might have pulled that back a little bit, but you get into a little bit of backstory for her and what she dealt with at the very beginning of the alien invasion some 3 months ago, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I can see why she's a little bit Bruce Wayne, you want to get nuts, let's get nuts, kind of a wild-eyed. It's like, yeah, okay, she's... yeah, okay, I'll excuse her behavior now. I won't spoil it, because it's like, oh, okay. Alright, I thought she was being a little odd, but, yeah, okay, I kind of get it. I'd probably be a bit odd myself. So, will I continue watching Parasyte? The Grey. Yeah, I'll probably give it another episode, see if it hooks me, see if there's like some action. I was gonna say see if there's some fun action. There's some okay action. Again, it's the characters. You've got actors with CG faces running around, but there's some fun action ideas. The action is staged, it's imaginative, it's staged pretty well, it's shot clearly, it looks a little hokey, but it's still kind of fun. There's shootouts, it's not particularly gory, but it's the individual designs of each parasite is unique in exactly how their faces unfold, and what kind of blades they have, and their little eyeball stalks, which are just kind of adorable in a way. So it gives it a lot of, goofy as it looks, there's a lot of visual interest. So, yeah, I think I'll give it at least another episode to, see if it, see what I think. So, yeah, Parasyte the Grey, it's alright. Korea has a pretty good track record with filmic projects titled Parasyte, so know your niche.